This podcast is for mature audiences only. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome back to the Doe You Might Know. How does that feel?
So,
do you feel pretty good about that? Are we a two? Okay, so we're not just from crime to crime anymore. We're a two podcast entity. Is that what you're telling me?
I don't know. We might start a second podcast.
Wow. All right. Welcome back to the Doe You Might Know.
Yeah. Although it's exactly like From Crime to Crime, just a lot shorter.
Well, that's what most people want. Just us in a lot less quantity. At least me. Wasn't that funny?
All right. So this episode starts on Thursday, October 18th, 2007.
2007. Okay. Brad Paisley's definitely leading the country hot list.
It is.
Yes. I told you before, I'm getting better.
You're still on track with that. You guessed the right person. But what song?
I bet it's the one with Andy Griffith.
No.
No?
Nope.
Okay.
But I'll give you a hint. There's another famous person in the music video.
Oh, that doesn't really help. Is it one with Keith Urban?
No, there's a famous person from Seinfeld.
Jason Alexander, I'm guessing. I don't know who.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's online.
Oh, yeah. Hiding behind a microphone. I do remember that. Oh, yes. Very good.
Anyway.
I need to put myself back in that headspace. 2007, dude, yeah. I am 20 years old right now.
Yeah, so you're probably line dancing. So
I can 100% guarantee you I was.
Yep. So the decomposed body of a younger woman, possibly a teenager, is found in the brush near New Hook Road in Bayonne, New Jersey.
I've never heard of Bayonne, New Jersey.
It's like 15 minutes outside of Newark and like 25 minutes outside of New York City.
Okay, so it's
just like a little suburb.
No, I thought it was like a little poppin' place.
I don't know if it's a suburb. I don't know that that's what I would call it. It seemed where this happened, I don't know about this whole city of Bayonne, but where this body was found, it's more like isolated, like industrial, like big warehouses and stuff.
Yeah. Before we get too far into it, any chance that this was related to the Long Island serial killer? Any chance
dude,
at all?
That's totally in my notes. Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, dude, I am getting so good at this.
Yeah. So where Jane Doe's body was found was, like I said, in this industrial area near Highway 440 off of New Hook Road. And from that Highway 440, it's a 1-hour drive to Massapequa. And you would take that Highway 440.
Sounds like the highway to the danger zone.
Yeah. This is in 2007, which is his active.
Don't just, that was a good joke.
Yeah, it was.
You're so focused. We need Ella back because she picks up on what I'm putting down. You just drive on past it.
But I just can't believe that you made that connection because this is 2007. And that was when he was active. I mean, the first Gilgo Beach victim that they've tied to him was in 2007. So they know he was active at that time.
Dang.
So the woman was believed to be deceased for several weeks before her body was discovered.
Oh.
Yeah, so when her autopsy was performed, it was determined that she was a black female, 16 to 20 years old. So she was a baby. Like, she was young.
Yeah, that's really, really young.
Yeah, she was 5'2" to 5'5", 118 to 138 pounds. And her cause of death could not be determined, but obviously it was suspicious as fuck. Because teenagers don't just end up in the brush in an industrial area dead.
No, they don't. Not if they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. Some
of the things that were found with her, she was clothed. And she was wearing a pink Pascal Tex brand halter top.
What was that brand again?
Pascal, Pascal, Tex, Tex.
Never heard of it.
Me neither. I tried Googling it too, and I couldn't come up with a whole lot.
That should kind of help, right?
I would think, but I guess not. She was also wearing boy short underwear that are labeled Pascal brand too.
Oh, interesting.
She was wearing a Buff brand black bra.
Buff brand. I've never heard of that either. Have you heard of Buff brand?
No.
So far, I feel like just her clothing alone should kind of help figure out kind of where she's from, because who's heard of all these things?
I know. So she was wearing white socks with orange toes. Like the socks had orange toes.
Okay.
And green bears on the ankles. Like they had little green teddy bears almost on the ankles.
Okay. That's not too weird.
No, but they are pretty distinct. It seems recognizable.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that too.
The one thing that she was wearing that I do recognize, because everybody had a pair of these, and if you didn't, you're lying, was she had a pair of Vegas brand camo pants on which were very popular in 2007.
I definitely did not have a pair of those.
I still own a pair of those. They are up in the top of my closet because they absolutely don't fit anymore, but they were my favorite pants forever. And I won't get rid of them because, that whole someday I'm going to fit in them again.
You will.
But yeah, everybody had those pants, or at least I did. They were my favorite pants.
Yeah, it sounds like it. You still got them.
Yeah. She also had some jewelry. She had a silver body chain around her waist.
Pretty popular, yeah.
Yeah, it was a look that people did. I never played that game.
I did play that game. I was usually in a belly band thing.
That was your go-to accessory?
That was my go-to. Yeah, that, and I had a little belly button ring.
Yeah. She also wore a brown translucent ring on her thumb. It's kind of like a...
amber almost?
Yeah. Like an amber color. It looks plasticky, like it's almost see-through, but it doesn't say what the material is. It doesn't say if it's glass or plastic or silicone. It doesn't say.
It's probably plastic.
Yeah, and then she was also wearing a necklace. But the most distinct feature about this Jane Doe was her hair, actually.
What was going on with her hair?
She had 28-inch long braided extensions.
Oh, yeah. That'll stand out.
Yeah, and they were obviously done by somebody. And they were brown with lighter brown or copper highlights. So some of the braids were copper and some were brown. Her hair was very distinct looking.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
So DNA Doe Project has had her on their active case list since May of 2022.
Wasn't she found in 2007?
Yes. But DNA Doe Project took on her case in 2022.
Oh, 2022. I thought you said 2002. So that makes more sense. Okay. I gotcha.
2022, yeah. And it also has been stated in a lot of different forums online, and I remember reading it too, that they had found that her ancestry was Haitian.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, but then in researching this episode again recently, I can't find anything official that says that. Like the DNA Doe Project website doesn't say it, the NamUs website, nothing. So I don't know where I heard that or where everybody else on the internet heard that, but we heard it.
Loud and clear, we heard it.
So she may or may not be of Haitian descent, but those are the clues. But she was a teenager. Somebody should be missing her.
Absolutely. Where is her family? Where are the people who were supposed to be taking care of her? At 16, even if you're a runaway, hopefully there's somebody out there looking for you. Yeah.
Yeah, somebody's in charge of you. Even if it's not your parents, if it's foster care or whatever, somebody's in charge of you. But she may have been 20. We don't know. The other thing is she may not have been from Bayonne. She may have been from Newark or New York City, a bigger area, and they don't know to look for her out there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
But you would still think she'd be reported missing and then they could match it up, but...
'Tis not the case.
Yeah, so if you know any young women that are of Haitian descent that had 28-inch braided hair extensions in 2007 that you haven't seen since 2007, let somebody know.
Won't that be a trip if Lisk ends up confessing to this one as well? Yeah. I think we're going to hear about a lot more than what we think he's been responsible for.
Oh, 100%.
I think quite a few.
Mm-hmm. And they said that they can't even put his DNA in the national databases for unsolved cases until he's convicted.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because he's innocent right now, technically. So they can't even put his DNA in CODIS until he's convicted.
That actually makes a lot of sense. I didn't think about it like that.
Mm-hmm. But you would have thought if there was open cases with his DNA, they would have been connected to the other cases. Maybe not to him, but to the other cases.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely would.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know if that's going to lead to anything. But something like this, they didn't even say if DNA was found.
They do that, though. They can't give away too much, but it sounds like they don't have much. Right. If they did have DNA, I think they would have already said something and, linked him to this already. So we'll see.
Yeah, but this is one of those cases where he could say, oh yeah, and confess, but...
Totally. This guy could absolutely be one of America's larger serial killers.
Yeah. The only thing is he's so far only been charged with 3 of the Gilgo 4, possibly the 4th one soon, but they were all known sex workers. And this girl, there's nothing that says that she was. There's nothing that says she wasn't.
Right.
But there's nothing that says that she was doing that.
Well, I hope we find out soon some answers, and nothing says that we will from him, but I hope that it does lead us to some, because this little baby needs to be found, and this needs to be put to bed.
Yep. Check out the pictures of her, at least her jewelry. The clothing isn't very distinct, But her jewelry is kind of, like, especially that ring. Like, if somebody you knew wore that ring on their thumb, you'd be like, oh my gosh, you would recognize it.
Most likely.
Yeah, but so just go check out her jewelry and the hair. The hair is really the distinct feature.
Yeah, it sounds like it is. I mean, over 2 feet long, that's huge. But before we go, did you hear about the 2 guys who stole a calendar? They each got 6 months. Boom. You're loving this. So new thing.
I love that all these dad jokes are like kind of crime related too. That's my favorite part about it.
That's what I do. That's my thing.
Yeah, that's cute. All right. Well, I love you.
All right. I love you too. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
This podcast has been a production of Orange Halo Media, LLC, hosted by Grant and Erica. If you enjoyed the show, please rate and review wherever you listen to your podcasts. To chat with us, go to From Crime to Crime on Instagram, From Crime to Crime on TikTok, From Crime 2 Crime on Twitter, or you can visit our website at FromCrime2Crime.com. See you next Wednesday.